Hello sinners, saints, my fellow ribs and the glories of men. Welcome back to another video. Today is going to be a quick one, a bit of an intense one. It's been a lot. We've, as you can see, the place is a little bit in chaos because we have signed a contract. Hasn't gone unconditional yet. But this week's been a really crazy week. I had to go to the emergency department. Lots of fun there. Found some stuff out about my pregnancy. And yeah, just navigating all those tough feelings and what to do. So essentially what has happened is that I've come up GBS positive, which is ironically a test that I wasn't going to do and didn't do. It just came up as a cofactor on another test. My GP insisted that it was an infection, which I don't think it was. I think it's just a culture. If it's an infection, I'm stuffed. If it's just a culture, we can do that. We can work on things. We can have all the probiotics. But it came up with a few other illnesses, and that kind of really helped me realize, wow, I'm actually quite sick. And I think it's because I've continued breastfeeding just throughout this pregnancy, which has been really tough, but a wonderful journey. And I think it's no longer paying off. It's making me really sick. It's probably affecting the baby. And so we decided to wean my son. So yeah, that's been tough. We've finally hit 23 weeks. So now we are at viability in my local area, which is so exciting. But now with this GBS news, which is serious when there's an actual infection, but is like one of those things which can be overblown as well, if it's not really hitting that point. And so it's just made this pregnancy a lot tougher. The rules and restrictions on what I can do a lot more tighter, and my desire to free birth at home a lot stronger. Obviously, we have to take into consideration what to do if there's early labour, which we're now at high risk for, an infection to the baby, which would be devastating and heartbreaking. Just navigating all those things as wisely as we can. Can I just have one low risk pregnancy, Lord? I think was my question. Because yeah, now this affects me for all future pregnancies again, because they'll be like, oh, you've been GBS positive before, you'll probably be GBS positive again. So that's frustrating. Yeah, I think trying to get extra testing and work towards my negative, if it is just a culture. And my doctor was quite insistent that there's nothing I can do. And I was like, I fully disagree with that. I'm going to do something. And so, yeah, just seeing how we go there. I see the specialist OB next week and the midwives the following week. But I just want to be at peace with this baby and this pregnancy. Bubba's ultimately doing well. He does these little kicks and movements, and he is definitely more active, more diligent, more of a fighter than his brother, which gives me hope, but also makes me a little bit worried about what the birth is going to be like if he's this active and diligent and strong already. I'm starting to shift my goals for the birth. It's becoming less about having a redemptive, pain-free birth and more about having a birth that glorifies God, which was a really humbling thought, because I was like, that hasn't been my priority lately. Like deep down, my first preference has always been something that serves me. And yeah, that was a really tough thought. As well, letting go of the idea that the only kind of redemptive birth is a pain-free one. And learning to love my first birth, as traumatic and hectic and painful as it was, still knowing that I endured all of that and triumphed ultimately at the end. Like, I wasn't taken out. We won in the end. And so navigating those new feelings and those new emotions and processes is right before the birth is something else. So hopefully I'll have some insights for you there. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for joining. Grace and peace from my Lord and Savior, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow.